On July 5th, Apple found his grandpa in the kitchen, dead of a heart attack. Apple was bringing him sugar. Apple was screaming, "Why? Why?" Apple was just bringing him sugar for his wife, so he could bake a cake because she was in the hospital with stemitis. Apple was shocked, overwhelmed, and didn't know what to do. Apple's grandpa was like his dad after his parents got baked into apple pie by Ogre Applington, Apple's arch nemesis. Apple finds part of a map with a note on the back that wasn't all there. He can make out the words "greatest." Apple goes to Smooth, Apple's grandpa's best friend, to see if he knows anything about the map. Smooth says you have to fight Asparagus, an overwhelming opponent. Apple says sure and fights Asparagus. Apple loses badly, and Asparagus says Apple was the most you are the most challenging opponent I've ever faced, and says he will be his bodyguard for life. And Smooth gives Apple a part of the map. Then Apple goes to Twitch, a weird little squirrel. Twitch, all he wanted was a nut, and Apple had a nut on him and gave him a part of the map. Then Apple follows the map all the way to Japan in a Buddhist temple. Finds Splinter. Splinter tells him it's not wise to go and get this treasure. Even though Apple was scared out of his mind, he decides to live for once. As he was packing, all he could think about was Grandpa Apple. Finally had a chance to put the map together with butterscotch tape. As he was packing his bags for the journey, he said, "Are you ready, Muscle? Let's go before I change my mind." So when they get to Ogre Applington's lair, which so happens to be right on top of the treasure, Ogre Applington had already preheated the oven to 350 and was making batter so he could bake Apple into apple pie. Apple and Muscle had a plan. When Apple walked in, Ogre Applington said, well, look who decided to show up." Apple says, well, look who's been waiting the whole time." Then Ogre Applington said, "Where's your bodyguard, Muscle?" Apple says, "He chickened out." Then Ogre Applington says, "You want to do this the easy way or the hard way?" Then Ogre Applington lunges at Apple. Then Asparagus comes out of nowhere and kicks him into the oven and bakes him into Ogre Applington pie. Ogre and Applington did it. Muscle did it. They defeated Ogre Applington, but they didn't get the treasure. "I'm sorry," Muscle says. "It's okay," Apple says. Apple, grieving for his grandpa and his treasure, and turned their map around, remembering the note on the back. And it read, "Dear Apple, I have given you your greatest treasure, an adventure."